It's time for the And Now It's Comedy Corner.
Please welcome Jorilla.
I love fall back almost as much as I hate spring forward. Kind of like how Americans love borrowing money but hate paying it back. Deficit much? Whoa, I don't think so. Hey, I'm Jorilla, and I'm just going to take a mirror to society. And when you take a mirror to society, make sure you, get all that coke off there first. Also, double check to make sure it's not a double-sided mirror. You know, you don't want to embarrass yourself in front of the cops. So I love sandwiches. When you go to those sandwich artists and you ask for some mayo, they just glop that stuff on there. So I'm always like, hey, take it easy on the mayo. Here's a scenario for you. You're meeting up with your friend. He happens to be a thug. He also has multiple sclerosis. You're at a Chinese restaurant. How do you greet him? MSG. I feel like the same goofy guy that asks you, in the middle of winter with all the snow, hey, cold enough for you? Is just itching, and the first person to ask you, hey, hot enough for you? When, it's above 80 degrees. And to him I say, why are you asking me these questions? Why are you challenging me? Hot enough for me? Ha! I think not. I mean, maybe if metal is becoming liquid lava and my sweat is just becoming a body of a sauna, maybe that would be hot enough for me, but it is not that many degrees out, my friend. Let me enjoy this patio weather. Stop challenging me. Thank you. That's a couple of my tweets.
This has been another installment of the And Now It's Comedy Corner.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bobby Kahn. We are here at So You Think You Can't Dance. Now, just to give you a little history, it started as a video series on MPLS TV years ago. It became a class, but I'm here to bring it back to And Now It's. And we got a very special song for our first song. I think you know what it is. I'm going to show you what we got here.
That man has roller skates on. Looks like we got ourselves a ring. He got them wobbly legs. Now that's the smallest bass guitar I ever seen. Little man got moves. Ladies and gentlemen, the Purple Queen. layers of pretty man. Where'd that baby go?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here today with very special guests. Dan Schneidkraut, local filmmaker, just debuted his movie Vorking at the Minneapolis St. Paul International Film Festival, and that documentary starred this man right here, R.P. Whalen. You may know him as Rock and Roll Ray, amongst many other names. Ray, how does it feel back to be at MTN?
Oh my God, it's like I never left, and the lights are so nice and bright and warm. I just have the urge to remove my clothes and let the naked time happen.
Yeah, right. That's what I had. I was wearing a sweater earlier. I already took off a sweater. This is my first
t-shirt. Okay, so it's already
interview.
started.
Yeah, getting informal. All right, let's talk about Vorking a little bit. If you're not familiar, vorophilia is a sexual fetish that involves eating, either eating people, a monster eating someone, you eating a monster, you eating another person. And Ray makes a series of these films called The Vor Girl. Can you tell us the names of your monsters?
Yeah, sure. There's Vorg the Eater, which is like a big fat frog. There's Bumper Humper, who looks like he walked right out of the Silent Hill video game. Very ominous and hump-worthy. Oh, gosh. Then there's Kitty Gulp. Looks like a reject from HR Puffin stuff, you know, which is fun. All the girls like Kitty Gulp, Puffin stuff.
I want to ask you, in one scene in Vorking, you're reading out some hate mail you got. Do you get that a lot from people who say you're like...
No, the only time I've really gotten hate mail is when I teamed up with Dan to make this. And then once that happened, Dan thought he'd promote Vorking in the Vor fetish circles, and nobody liked it. They didn't like it. And it was funny because they would complain about me to me, and then Dan had to say, no, listen, I'm just making a documentary. I just thought it'd be interesting. I'm not trying to claim anything. Sure. And they took great offense to the title Vorking, because it's like, who is this guy to say this and that? It's like, whatever. You guys don't own a fetish.
Okay, I got one for you, Dan, now.
Sure.
Tell me about your history at the Uptown Theater.
I worked there for maybe 4 or 5 years. There was a period, probably in 2003 or 2004, when we tried to organize the first ever movie theater union. They brought in aggressive union busters. They showed us slideshows about the problems that a union will cause, how it'll, destroy our lives and our families and everyone around us, basically, and tried to intimidate us out of voting for the union. We ended up losing by about 4 votes. I was strongly involved with that effort because they were paying us very poorly and cutting our wages and so on. That isn't really the interesting part of the story, but it's a reason to start a union.
Yeah,
so
sure.
We ended up losing that by about 4 votes, but I was very, very vocally, advocating for the union. And then, shortly thereafter, I had an incident with a customer where he spit in my face because we didn't have change for a $100 bill. So he spit in my face and tried to punch me, and I missed the punch and ended up beating him up on the sidewalk next to the Uptown. And I reported to the police. I did everything that you're supposed to do properly when there's an incident, filed an incident report. And then I went on tour with a friend's band, and when I came back, I didn't have a job anymore. And then it went through some litigation and stuff after that. But Yeah, those guys. And then we got to come back and debut Vorking there. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, the good guys win.
Yeah. As you just heard, Dan was fired from Uptown. Ray, a few years after that, was fired from the other place where it screened, St. Anthony, Maine. How did it feel for you guys to march back into those places and show them who's the real winner now?
Triumphant.
It was hilarious. I liked being able to just waltz in the place and talk with the managers and the floor staff and the volunteers of the film festival, and they don't know who I am at all. I wasn't there for a long time, but we were given the best service and help people were so friendly to me. It was like I was a celebrity and I hadn't done anything except get fired from their goofy theater.
We both picked out special corners in each of the locations and peed there.
It's true.
In order to remark our territory.
That felt good too.
It felt really good.
This is episode 3 of Luna Seasons, and I'm going to be telling you about pirate safety because they are awful at swimming. No offense, pirates, because if you are a pirate, I'm sorry. Well, anyway, I wanted to say that you look lovely today, as I always say in my first episodes. Even though I can't see you, I can see you through the TV screen because I'm looking at you personally. You in the front row. Hello? Oh, don't be shy. Come on up. Oh, you. Okay, so if you don't wear this equipment, well, the other day a pirate drowned because they weren't wearing this equipment. And this equipment always is very useful for fashion and for safety. So, 2 in 1, why not? It's pretty memorable. Let's just keep remembering that you're supposed to wear this. And if you do not listen to me, your fault. I wanted to say that I have one special joke for you, even though this is supposed to be about pirate safety. There's this one I've been saving for you. So, even though you can't answer through the TV screen, I'm going to act like you can. So, let me hear it. Yeah, that's what I want to hear. So, let's see here. I was working on this one called a Lady Gaga one, and I thought it'd be perfect for you, those who are virgins and are very into people that are like you. So, let's see here. How do you wake Lady Gaga up when she's in such a drifted sleep? All right, I won't let you answer. Poker Face? It's an original song by her, so why not make it a joke? So, it was very delightful to have you talking with me here, even though I said in the beginning of this episode, even though I can't see you, I can see you through the TV screen. Not technically, but I am talking to you specifically, and I want you to hear me. Anyway, thanks for having me here, and see you all later. Bye.
Dan, Ray wanted me to ask you, how long have you been afraid of girls?
As long as I can remember. They're terrifying. They smell really good, which is really, really scary. And I like having them around, but I just can't function when they're in the room. Like
So
if there was a woman in the room right now, I would have to go. I would get nauseous.
It's true. Just, a lot of the stuff.
I get physically sick around
when
most
we
women.
shot Vor King, Dan had a specific request. When we shoot the behind the scenes with the girls, can he please be like at least 20 feet away from them?
Yeah, I had to start the camera and then leave the room.
Yeah.
Hoping that it would stay in focus while I was gone.
He did a really good job with the camera work. In Tampa and Las Vegas, smaller quarters, what I saw him do is he gave the instructions and he manned the camera, and then as the shot went on, he'd slowly turn and face and look out the window. But it worked fine because I was there to calm the girls down.
And I would just think about dudes. I would just be like, pretend it's a dude. They're not that different. Everything will be fine. Soon they'll have to leave. They have other business, and they'll leave me alone.
But I wouldn't want to be with any other man in a hotel room. Dan is great. He's great to be on the road with. I feel completely safe around him. He's a good dude. One of my best friends.
It's got
There's some demons there.
Heaviness,
yeah. Really cool.
It's creepy.
I like the name.
And the barbecue
he's
was kind of
good.
like,
He would have like on his guitar, he would say,
like
that's all folks on the backs when we got done.
Maybe I went to the wrong
Bugs
place,
Bunny?
but
Sure.
Like Bugs
my
Bunny
taxi
type of
driver told
thing.
me to go to this place called Central Barbecue, and it was like so.
But he did like I think he did
way better barbecue
country
in,
music and
New
then
Orleans,
infused
which
like
is not
jazz.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the
big
thing. If you
bands,
get, I feel like something
elements
gets
to it.
hyped up,
Was
too
this
much,
like
it has to be
60s?
really
This
good
is the
to, like,
60s?
even live
Yeah.
up to it.
Oh, weird.
He's like a old time country dude. So
Ray, I understand you brought a special guest with you.
I did.
Is he here?
Yeah, he's here, and I'll just set it up. This is someone who infiltrated the production of Vor King, and it seems like he's not going away. I don't know where he really comes from, but he's very opinionated with things, and I'll present you the good people out there who. Here he is right here.
No one told me that there was going to be a special guest.
No,
today.
here he is
Very
right
special
here.
guest.
This is
Who's that?
this is Dan S.
Oh,
Puppet.
right, the filmmaker from
This is
Boardwalk
Dan
Bill.
S. Puppet. This is like, I don't know what happened. He just showed up. Basically, what happened was the production wasn't going my way, and problems needed to be solved, shots needed to happen, and I made it happen. What is this? Dude, get this off of me. What is that? This is girls' underwear. Yeah, well, I like to hang out with chicks, so just put it on my dome, dude. Okay. I'm like, awesome. There you go. I'm not afraid of girls.
Look at that. That's a successful filmmaker right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
Bobby just came from the film festival.
Bobby, you didn't tell
Bobby, that's a real successful.
You didn't tell me that there was going to be another guest on this show. This is.
Well, I mean, Ray's the star. He gets
Yeah.
to do what he wants. I mean, I'm sure you're used to that by now, right?
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
I can feel it. I can feel it. I think it was something I ate. I'll have to go to the doctor about that. You are watching it now, Eats. Dan S. Puppet does not fool around like Dan S. does. He gets the job done. I'm better looking than he is. I'm a better martial artist than he is. Let's just face it. I'm overall a better dude than Dan so-called S.
I was gonna say you look stronger too. What are some of your favorite exercises to do?
I like doing squat thrusts, shoulder shrugs, and fireman carries up and down Hennepin Avenue.
That puppet's not funny, man. It's not funny.
The puppet is perfect. Everything about the puppet
It's stupid, Ray.
Everything about the puppet works, and he will take us to the top.
I mean, it's hard to deny those panties on his head. Obviously, that puppet's doing something right.
Are those your panties, Ray?
I don't know. They might be. Here, I'll smell them and find out. They might be.
Never know.
Yeah, I'd rather hang out with Drew Ailes.
He's a sexy man.
Yeah. Do you post your nipples on Reddit pretty regularly then? Or?
Yeah, I'm a subscriber to /hair nipple.
Oh, okay.
So hair nipple's kind of my
Ray,
haunting
is that a fetish maybe that you've looked into?
I'm sure there's a lot of nipple play and nipple worshiping and things like that with male nipples.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
He also lactates. Ask him about that.
Are you serious, dude? You lactate?
Constantly.
Whoa.
Constantly.
You have a real celebrity on your show, dude.
That's some fetish stuff. If I,
it totally is male lactating.
The internet's taught me anything.
Whoa.
Male, I'm just, my
He's
mind's
gonna open
being
up
blown.
his clip store.
Started here with
next
Ray
week.
and Dan. Now we got Ray and Drew. We're talking about men lactating.
It's a lot to go over.
Yeah. All right. We got a new host coming in.
All right, new host. Yes.
It's a round robin game.
Okay, I'll give it to
Yeah, you take the crown.
King Canadian bacon.
You'll notice it has a terrible smell after. Right?
That's all right.
Okay, so do I.
Oh, cool. Then our smells will merge.
That was the working title of the show. Smelly, fat, balding guys.
Sounds good. Finally, there's a place for us.
Yeah. Okay, so you said that you lactate.
Of course. I thought everybody did.
Now, is it vary? Does there skim? Is there low fat? Like if I want some 1%, because for my cereal I usually go for 1%, but when I just drink it by itself, I want it to be skim. Can you offer those options?
I mean, like if I'm eating like a real high fat content diet, like it's gonna be more like, I don't want to say cheesy or chunky because that sounds bad.
Okay.
And it's good, But
it's good. It's good. Rich in calcium. You're rich in calcium.
Yeah. Well, I haven't like taken it to a nutritional scientist or something, but I mean I think you should. Thicker and there's a lot more.
I mean, there's got to be
of it.
some like medical testing stuff in this bag that you brought. Isn't there?
No.
You could lactate on the puppet,
Sorry.
and then you could test it later.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
Do you ever like have doctor-themed vor videos at all?
Oh,
no, but I think that might happen.
That's a question. Like, have you ever considered? Because like when you watch regular porn,
Yes,
there's nurse porn,
Yes.
there's any kind of porn.
Nun porn.
Nun porn. Yes. Have you ever had a nun-themed vorophilia?
I haven't, but I have thought about shooting some in a church for sure. And to answer your doctor question, I did meet a gentleman named Dr. Tampa. He's based out of Tampa, and he does Girls Gone Gyno. So check out Girls Gone Gyno, and you can find out more about how...
That's not a soft G, gyno?
It might be Girls Gone Gyno.
Or is it Girls Gone Gyro?
It might be. But he didn't look Middle Eastern, but he may be interested in that stuff. You'd have to check it out.
Take your kids to the Humane Society and put them to sleep. It's time for the ultra blue stylings of Boardwalk Bill.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Glad to be here tonight. Mostly. I like my women like I like my mobile homes. Double wide and holding up traffic on the interstate. There's nothing worse than getting stuck behind a mobile home. I like my women like I like my Christmas tree. A nice solid trunk and flocked with snow. Leave a present under that one, am I right? I like my women like I like my spaghetti dinners. Piping hot. And fundraising for the high school flag team. I like my women like I like my tornadoes. Dangerous and portended by yellow skies.
One thing we need out here is just a few more dudes.
It's a few more dudes. Welcome to the Man Hour. This is your host, Bobby Kahn. Mr. Terrific Bacon is in the control booth.
This is probably the best interview we've ever done. This is going to be like 2.5 full episodes. We're just going to leave this up unedited.
Dudes on dudes.
Yeah, dudes on dudes on dudes.
Dudes on dudes.
Dudes on
I like
dudes
it.
on dudes. Want it?
And I dubbed him King Khan.
I have a giant head. This is as far as it's going to go. Sorry, guys.
It looks cool.
Yeah. I think it's adjustable.
It is adjustable.
It's not adjustable.
It looks really good on you.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's like,
well,
hey,
my
I have
head
a big
is
head,
small.
and I'm not afraid to tell you that.
Well, you're like a understated version of Jughead, who has just a tiny crown.
Yeah, I need a smaller crown even. That's what I really need.
And you need that pompadour.
I say we need death to the aristocracy. I'm sick of this.
keeping us down. 1% over here with this bejeweled crown.
Yeah.
You.
My
In your
TV studio.
You think you're better than me?
Yeah,
my
really.
red couch. Yeah, no, I do think I'm better
Your
than you.
wood table.
Son of a bitch.
It's got glass on the top.
Yeah. You need
Oh,
glass
there we
on
go.
that
We got
one. There's
bacon in
wood.
Welcome
there.
back to Dude on Dude with your host, Bobby Kahn. King Kahn.
This is as many dudes as we're going to get.
That's all we
So I want
got.
to thank you all for watching this great interview. We got Dan Schneidkraut, Drew Ailes, Rock and Roll Ray, Bacon, and I'm Bobby.
And Paul Stetzel.
Paul Stetzel. You, Paul Stetzel.
And your termination.
Camera two. There we go.
He went to the
I
last
don't even know what that is, but I'm anyway.
Go. Get off my lawn.